What's up YouTube? This is Brian and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna share my review about this shoe, which is the Way of Wade Shadow 5. I know that Shadow 6 is already up for grabs and available in the market, but just decided to make a late review of this super cool Way of Wade Shadow 5. So starting off with the overall design and aesthetics, I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. Personally, I just like how it looks, the form, the overall design, and the silhouette as well. The colorways are also fire, especially this one that I like. So that's the reason why I'm giving it a really high score. Next would be the upper material and the comfort. It is very supportive, but at the same time it's also a little bit plasticky. There's not a lot of ventilation in the toe box, but when it comes to like, does it work? I would say yes. Is it supportive? Yes. Is it comfortable? Yes. So I'm giving this a solid 9 out of 10, just because it works. It doesn't matter if it's a cheap material or it's a really expensive material. So long as it works, I'm giving it a high score, 9 out of 10. Now, when it comes to the cushion, so they're using a Cloud Plus in this and a Boom insole. So typically, the insole is not really part of the cushion or does very little to contribute to the cushion, but because they are using a Boom insole, that really adds up and makes the cushion a little bit better. But when it comes to the midsole, the Cloud Plus, it's a little bit on the stiff side. It's not the worst. It's still decent, but definitely not like their top tier Boom. The other thing about the midsole is that it bottoms out, not really quickly, but it does bottoms out, and then when it does, then you'd feel lower to the ground, and a little bit it will feel lesser impact protection. So just keep that in mind. But if you're not really a heavy guy, I'm a heavy guy, so I can feel when it bottomed out and the impact protection becomes worse. So I really felt that. But if you're not a heavy guy, if you're a lighter guy or a guard, then you probably would even like it more, because you'll have a better court feel, you'll be more stable, and so on. So it's just keep that in mind. The score, I would give it a 7.8 out of 10. But again, it could be like a 9 or a 10 if you're a lighter guy, or if you're someone who prefers like lower to the ground setup. Now next would be the step-in comfort. I would say it's decent. The Boom insole, let me show you like that. It's just a white one, and there's like grooves in there that makes your sock stick to the to this insole, which has good things and bad things. Starting off with the good things, that it improves the lockdown and reduces friction, because your feet is gonna be consistent. It's not gonna move, it's not gonna slip away while you're playing. So there's not a lot of friction, and it improves the lockdown. It makes you quicker, especially if you're going side to side a lot. But the downside of that is it's more on getting into the shoes and taking this off, because it makes your socks stick into this, and when you like push it, it just sometimes makes your socks fold because it's sticking to the insole. And when you take it off, sometimes it also pulls out the the Boom insole as well. So it doesn't not affect the performance. In fact, it improves the performance, but it's just the hassle or the trouble, um, putting in the shoes and taking off the shoes. So that's why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Now for the traction, by the way, I'm not a fan of the design of the traction. It's just a linear pattern, but and the rubber compound is really hard. I think this is good for outdoor use, but when it comes to the grip, I would say it's just an average 8 out of 10. I've seen other reviewers saying that it gets better, maybe near to elite or near 9 out of 10 once broken in. But in my experience, I would say maybe out of the box, it's like 7.5 or 7.8. And once it's broken in, it's just like around 8 out of 10 at best. But it's not really that bad. It's still very decent. You can still play safely. It's not sliding out dangerously. So, but it has a lot of giving in. So, yeah, solid, still solid. 8 out of 10. Not the best, but definitely works well. Now, let's talk about the support and lockdown. I've already mentioned in the materials that it's very supportive. It is great. So support and lockdown for this is solid 9.5 out of 10. You have a heel counter in here. It's not the most solid, but it does the job. I don't think I would need more. It does the job really well. It's not too flimsy on the sides as well, and the materials don't stretch, and that improves the support and lockdown. Now, when it comes to stability of this, I would still give it like 9 out of 10, a really high score. First, because the base is really wide here in the forefoot, and the base on the heel is also really wide. Although it does not have, or it only has a little outrigger, and it's also rounded right here. It didn't feel like my feet were rolling sideways like that. So I still feel safe when playing, especially here. It has a wide and it has a little bit of like outrigger in the heel area that makes it a little more stable, and it improves your feet from rolling out like that. Now, for the last part, size and fit, I don't have a score for that because it's just more of maybe preference and a lot of different factors. But to me, I think the mid area is a little bit narrow and goes wider in the toe box. It has a decent amount of volume and upper space, or the space above your toes. Normally I would go 10.5 in leaning shoes and wades. For this one, I'm going to stick with the same size, which is 10.5 US, but this one feels a little bit longer than, let's say, their Bad 5 shoes. And again, it's a little bit narrow in the midfoot, so just keep that in mind. If you really have a wide foot, maybe consider going one size up, or half size. Maybe go to if you're usually 10.5, then go 11 or 11.5. But I'm not sure if that sizing is available. But that's just an example, though. So hope that helps. Overall, I still like this, but I do have a feeling that the Shadow 6 is even gonna be greater in terms of performance, and when it comes to the design, I'm already liking it. So let's see how that compares to the Shadow 5 once I get that one. So please watch out for that video. I'll be putting up a review of that Shadow 6 soon. Thanks.